It's Carrala back again with carrala ficklin.com, C-A-R-R-A-L-A, ficklin, F is in food, ICKLIN.com, or explain.com, ASKPLAIN, explain.com, or welcome, WYLCOME.com. Back again with homographs, because I find homographs extremely difficult to understand. If nothing else, the concept of homographs. So I'm doing quite a number of videos on homographs so that we can begin to get a grasp on, to understand not just homographs themselves, but the concept of homographs. And one of the ways to understand the concept of homographs is first you're going to have to begin to understand sound in English. And that's going to be done on a different tape. Right here, what I would like to do is tell you the cards that we have available at explain or carralaficklin.com or welcome.com. There's about a couple hundred. Now the reason there's so many, because there are a lot of homographs, but the reason there's so many is that the way that the cards have been created. And the cards are created in such a way in that you see what each, because many of the homographs have more than one meaning. So you don't just see one meaning of a particular homograph, you see all the different meanings. Even if the meaning is not used as much, it's not the principal meaning, it's more of a minor meaning. So here, I have in front of me my paper, so I can remember exactly how we have the homographs formed, developed in the cards. So first we have the homograph is color-coded. Color-coded according to parts of speech. So it may be a noun versus a verb versus an adjective versus an adverb. Then, so first you have the card, correct? Then first you have the part of speech. Exactly what part of speech is this particular homograph? Is it a noun? Is it a verb? It's an adjective. Then you have the homograph itself. For example, the homograph close versus close. No? Then you have the phonetic pronunciation. So you can see that even though this word is written in a particular way, let me give you an example. Close versus close. Now close, which means to be near someone, phonetically will not be spelled the same way as close, which means to to close the door, to shut the door. So close would be written phonetically C-L-O-S. The E, if you're used to it, the E is really not there for sound. It's there to tell you that the O was pronounced in its long form. So it would be C-L-O-S. But close, for example, to shut, close the door, would not be spelt the same way. It would be spelled C-L-O-Z or C-L-O-Z-E. The E, once again, is not there for sound. It's there to tell you how to pronounce the O, which is a long O. Then you would have the definition of that particular homograph and synonyms. Now, some of the synonyms that are on the card for the homograph they're all color-coded. So you have a standard synonym where you can use in any place, anytime, no problem. Then there are other synonyms that are available. Standard, as I said, informal. And informal English, you have to be very careful where you use it. You can use it in the majority of places, but you have to be careful. It could be a slang synonym all right, where you really do have to be very, very careful where you use it, or it could be inappropriate or vulgar. And that's part of English also. Slang and informal and inappropriate English, vulgar English, is as much a part of English as standard English is as an informal. But you just have to be careful when and where you use it. So I thought what I would do would be to give you some examples of homographs, some very, very common homographs. I'm going to start with the noun, so I go from noun then to verb, because in these examples the difference is that one is a noun and the other pronunciation is a verb. So you have address, what's your address, versus to address someone. Abuse versus abuse. Annex versus to annex. Attribute versus to attribute. A contract versus to contract. A decrease versus to decrease. Wound, excuse me, my mispronunciation. Wound versus to wound. So you have words that look alike. ADDRESS, ABUSE, ANNEX, ATTRIBUTE, CONTRACT, DECREASE, and WOUND. They look like, because it's written twice, that there's one word written twice, but the pronunciation. And on the card, because you have the phonetic spelling, you will see that the words are pronounced differently. Written the same, but pronounced differently, which is the opposite of homophones. Words that are pronounced the same, but written differently. Okay, so those are homographs.